States. I think this whole gang stalking is a gigantic covert op. It's a worldwide covert op. And it's our job, Paul, to expose and defeat it, and which was the title of one of our earlier discussions. It's a battle. It's an information war. It's a battle for legitimacy. The only reason they can get away with this is if the American people perceive that these authority figures who, like, say they have a badge, I'm FBI, and is under suspicion for blah, blah, blah. We can't arrest him yet. We don't have enough evidence. Would you please help us, blah, 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 do this. Or, here, just sign up as a surveillance role player, perp, and get money, get your phone app, go out there.
Right.
And it's like a game for these people. It's like Pokemon Go. You get your orders. Okay, walk in front of this person. That's it. All you have to do is walk in front of this person. You get $15, $20 an hour. Okay, they say all the world's a stage. All the men and women are merely players. Oh, we got a lot of actors out there now who are being paid to play these destructive roles. They don't know the extent to which they're destroying people. They don't know the extent of bad karma they're taking on to themselves. They know they're getting some money, and we have a lot of underemployed people. But this system is just so profoundly and fundamentally evil that it must be exposed, and these people must be called out. I mean, all the world's a stage means, it's all the same. It's not all the same. You do this kind of thing, in my present worldview, you're going to hell. That's eternal consequences. That's payback. That's, you're putting people in hell. Hey, you're going to go to hell if you're doing it deliberately, unrepentantly, consistently.
Right.
This is the nature of the universe we live in.
Right.
And these people are useful idiots, as Lenin used that term, in a system that they don't understand. Because we're all learning. Most TIs probably in the world still don't know what's going on to them. They know that their lives are being turned upside down. They're being harassed. They're being humiliated. They're being hurt in a very, very concerted and deliberate way. But they have no clue where it's coming from or why. The military is ready to fight against individuals and groups. War is not confined to nations anymore. War is out amongst the people. It's in your country. The battle space is in your neighborhood. Okay, so we have all these military people ganged up with the police now through the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security fusion centers. What they're doing is they're going through massive amounts of data that's provided by NSA on every aspect of Americans' lives that are being surveilled, the metadata, of everything about your health records and about your buying history and about your IRS records, etc. And if they find somebody that they think might be a problem to the national security, which is another huge blanket term like terrorism, which is completely fraudulent because it really is just protecting the power structure and not protecting the nation whatsoever. But if they find somebody that they think they don't like, then they'll have an analyst go in there and look through the data, and then they can annotate the data, put a little checkpoint next to this, and then they send it to another analyst. And there's 76 fusion centers now in the United States, and something like $60 billion a year coming into the Department of Homeland Security. And they're throwing out billions of dollars of grants to local police departments, et cetera, and local community groups to set up this civilian military spy phenom around system, which is actually doing, of course, the gang stalking.
Right.
So, we have this secret army, and America has become the empire. The biggest and greatest in history, of course, and so he's saying this is an old program, but actually, he says now there's 2 million people on the terrorism watch list that the DHS has, but you can't find out if you're on the list because it's a state secret. Okay, from this other quote-unquote TI, we'll say truth investigator, saying, hey, is there any credibility or possibility that this guy's right, that what's being formed here is a secret CIA standing army? Who are these people then who are the perps who are in a command and control system which is now driven by the military with their fourth generation warfare structure. So you now have these mobile command centers, these C4ISR, command control computer communications, or command control communications computer, and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, who are bouncing information off of satellites and who are accumulating data in real time, and who know tracking every individual that is in the system, and then putting people on them to harass them based on psychological protocols that have been developed for those people that are designed to degrade them, as in the Zurzik song of the East German Stasi, decomposition. We're going to do these. It's no touch torture. We're going to do these actions. It's the death of 1,000 cuts. These actions are designed to break the will, to deny, to destroy, and all these words are used in the documents. Is a military operation, but it's a new kind of military operation. We're not going to kill the person outright. It's a long war. It's going to be a slow attrition. And this is what they did in the Phoenix program in Vietnam against the civilian infrastructure there that supported the Viet Cong, or said they did. And so again, this is coming out of these CIA operations. Now it's global. And we have apparently this global standing army, which has been formulated. It's another secret army that can be used to quell any possible resistance of the population to this corporate New World Order, which is of course colonialism, imperialism, world takeover by the extremely rich, by the psychopaths that you've talked about. Right. So this becomes then one more very effective military, it's civil military. It's a conglomeration of things. It's the interagency in America. It's the multinational force in everywhere else. That's what it's called in the U.S. military documents. But this is apparently deliberate. Now we have the Air Force, we have the Marines, we have all these military forces, the National Guard, plus we have the civil military army to descend upon and suppress any possible dissent. And I'm suspecting that what's going on with people like me, I was a university professor for 30 years. I'm not a violent person. I've got no crimes. I've never been in jail. My crimes are things like, traffic tickets. Yeah. So, but I could be defined as a potential terrorist threat because my ideas against globalization, for instance, that I've written about, my ideas about 911 being an inside job, my ideas about global warming being another fraud, that, the capacity against these wars is threatening to the system. So I can be put on this terrorist list, as I suspect that I have, and therefore they can go after people like me. So this is quite a beast we're up against here, I think.
Right.
This is what I'm coming